Welcome to our 5 on 5. Please be joined by President and CEO of the Medford Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, Brad Hicks. Good to see you again, Brad.
As always, good to see you too.
Thanks for being here. Happy Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
early.
big deal.
It is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, a lot of people like to shop, and we're kind of here today to talk a little bit about Small Business Saturday. It's kind of taken off in recent years. How has that changed small business and on this big shopping weekend?
Yeah. Well, I think Black Friday obviously draws a lot of attention to shopping and retail activity, a lot of money, not just in our economy, but all over the American economy. And so Small Business Saturday is just a way to kind of extend that, obviously, and bring awareness.
Okay, what in your opinion, you would know.
I have one, I'm sure.
There you go, exactly. Largest chamber in Oregon. Yeah. What constitutes a small business?
Well, it depends on who you ask. The Small Business Administration, this is kind of funny in Oregon terms, because according to the Small Business Administration, a small business is 500 or fewer employees. Now,
guessing your definition of that's a little different.
In Oregon, very different, the definition. In the case of our chamber, I can tell you that roughly 80% of our members have 10 or fewer employees.
Wow, that's pretty.
And I would say, given the size of our chamber and given the size of that number, the percentage of the whole, roughly 80%, 10 employees or fewer, I think of that as probably pretty indicative of the rest of the region. Mm-hmm. So quite a few. Yeah,
and I imagine you have done a poll on the importance of Small Business Saturday with your members, but from your perspective, from the people you work with, business owners, how important is it locally, do you think?
Well, you're right. We haven't done a poll specifically, even though we are a partner or a champion, I think is what the folks at Small Business Saturday call this. And this was started by American Express, interestingly enough. Yeah. So we haven't done a poll, but we certainly know intuitively, if nothing else, and members tell us that anything we can do to encourage people to keep their spending here locally within this regional economy, the better, and this certainly helps to do that.
Yeah, okay, we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
We'll have much more in just a moment.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, here with Brad Hicks from the Medford Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. So we're talking about Small Business Saturday. What is a small business here locally?
Well, again, we talked about the size and the breakdown of our membership, but I hate to pit sizes of businesses one against the other, big business, small business, and those sorts of things. I think the term is used because it's easy to say, but really, in my mind, small business in this case really means individually owned or family owned, which could really be of any size. So if you think about a local company like Blackbird, they have a lot of employees, they have a big footprint, but it's a locally owned and family operated business, or Miracle Shield, or maybe even until they went public, Lithium Motors, right? Yeah. Locally owned, family operated, still is.
Started as a small business, I would imagine. I don't think anyone would argue, you might argue differently. No. Probably not a small business now.
No, in fact, I'm with you 100% on that. I often say, let's not beat up on all these big businesses so much, because every big business in this country once was a small business. Yeah. We are the country where most of our major corporations were started in somebody's garage. Yeah. Hewlett Packard. Yeah. Probably have heard of Apple.
Maybe, perhaps. So when you talk about keeping money local, what do you mean by that? Well,
and you can see I'm using my Apple device here to remind myself.
Numbers you want to get here,
for every for every business, for every dollar that local consumers spend in a local business, about 67 cents of that dollar stays in the community, going to local ownership, going to local employees, going to local wages and benefits, about 44% in that case. 23 cents gets invested in other local businesses. Okay. So as I was saying before we got started, I like to tell people, if you're going to shop at, if you're going to shop at Walmart, go to Walmart in our community. Instead of going to walmart.com or somebodyelse.com, target.com, go to those stores in our community where our friends and neighbors draw a paycheck, who then buy a truck, and then who buy food, and so on, recreate.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And you can get it today.
and you can get it today. You walk out of the store with your prize in hand.
Yeah. So even if you're not necessarily shopping at a local business, you are keeping more money local than otherwise.
Right. But you can see, it's a pretty significant percentage of each dollar that stays in our local community, and that matters.
Okay. Good to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
very
always
much.
good to see you.
All right.
Happy Black Friday.
Yeah. Happy Black Friday indeed. Stay with us. We'll be right back.